What's up, world? Welcome to another TYSK report, the #1 place for you to get your technology news. Let's go ahead and dive into these articles that are lined up on the docket. GM is teasing a new Chevy Corvette supercar, and it's an EV. GM recently previewed a new Chevrolet Corvette EV concept, giving everyone a glimpse of what the next-gen Vette could look like. Although you can tell it's a Corvette with a few iconic design elements subtly included, it almost has more of a Ferrari or Porsche supercar feel. The split rear window is a nod to the classic 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, while the full wraparound glass gives you a full view of your surroundings, or what GM calls apex vision. GM's UK team designed the concept in two distinct halves. The upper section maintains classic Corvette elements but in a futuristic manner. The lower half is specifically designed to house EV battery tech. The design draws inspiration from the aviation industry to maximize aerodynamics and efficiency. GM designed the vehicle for both on-track performance and everyday on-road driving, or aero-duality. Although it's just a glimpse, the interior will include an augmented reality head-up display on the windshield. In addition, the concept is significantly lower than the Corvette C8 at 4,669 millimeters long, 2,178 millimeters wide, and 1,030 millimeters tall. This new Chevy Corvette EV is part of a global GM design study with more concepts planned throughout 2025. So that's a nice concept from GM, and I'm sure there are many people out there who own Corvettes or always wanted a Corvette. Well, this could be a concept that could come to reality, and you may just be able to get a Corvette in an electric version. Also, there are many companies out there who are building concept cars such as Honda and other companies, so I do hope that at least one of these companies brings one of these concepts to life, so that way I can at least test drive it in the real world and bring you that experience right here on the TYSK report. UPS to deploy self-driving heavy lifter at UK airport. The firm, based in Coventry in the English Midlands, has introduced Auto Cargo, a fully electric self-driving airside heavy lifter that can accommodate an impressive payload of 36,000 pounds. The Auto Cargo is set to be deployed at East Midlands Airport, which boasts to UK's second biggest cargo terminal behind London's Heathrow, where it will go into service for UPS. The mighty machine, which has received funding from innovation agency Innovate UK and the British government-backed Centre for Connected and Autonomous Vehicles, is said to offer precision automation, advanced obstacle detection, and real-time fleet coordination. It is hoped that it will lessen the workload on staff while improving performance on the ground. Arrigo believes the vehicle has the potential to replace the existing dockside truck and tow dolly combination, which is commonly used by cargo handling airports globally. A top speed of 15.5 miles per hour is achievable, while a single charge enables 8 hours of running time. The Auto Cargo also boasts twin 18.4 kilowatt motors and four-wheel steering, plus is able to continue operating in poor weather conditions, including heavy rain, thanks to a new software algorithm developed in-house. Manual operation is also possible, while a fully manual variant with no automation is also available. So it looks like airports out there in the UK are going to be launching autonomous technology at their airports due to the fact of the news that I just talked about and this news right here from the Heathrow Airport. So when it comes to airports and their operations, I'm not really sure how everything works, but I do know that more of this autonomous technology is coming, so many people should prepare for it if they are working at airports, just in case this has some type of impact on their jobs. Ironwood is Google's newest AI accelerator chip. The new chip, called Ironwood, is Google's 7th generation TPU and is the first optimized for inference, that is, running AI models. Scheduled to launch sometime later this year for Google Cloud customers, Ironwood will come in two configurations, a 256 chip cluster and a 9,216 chip cluster. Ironwood can deliver 4,614 T-flops of computing power at peak, according to Google's internal benchmarking. Each chip has 192 gigabytes of dedicated RAM with a bandwidth approaching 7.4 terabytes per second. Ironwood has an enhanced specialized core, sparse core, for processing the types of of data common in advanced ranking and recommendation workloads. The TPU's architecture was designed to minimize data movement and latency on a chip, resulting in power savings. Google plans to integrate Ironwood with its AI hypercomputer, a modular computing cluster in Google Cloud, in the near future, That Hot added. Google unveiled a lot of great things at their Cloud Next conference this week, and this was one of those things right here with this Ironwood chip. Many companies are finding different ways to build their own chips, algorithms, and machinery to power what they believe is going to be the best type of technology that is going to be needed for the growth and advancement of artificial intelligence. So right now, this is a very exciting time in technology, and we are only 4 months into 2025. And for some reason in January, I did talk about how I believe this year was going to be full of lots of news, and so far we have not been disappointed thus far. Saildrone and Thales Australia integrate acoustic sensory technology into Surveyor USV. Saildrone Incorporated has integrated its Saildrone Surveyor Uncrewed Surface Vehicle, or USV, with the Blue Sentry thin line towed array from Thales Australia. The result is a system for autonomous long endurance undersea maritime domain awareness, or MDA, for Australia, the US, and the UK. Saildrone said it has developed USVs powered by renewable wind and solar energy, enabling long duration operations measured in months, not days. In addition, its systems can collect real-time accurate data for navies, law enforcement, civil government, and commercial organizations. The Alameda, California-based company said it has sailed more than 1.6 million nautical miles from the high north to the Southern Ocean and spent over 46,000 days at sea in the harshest ocean conditions on the planet. During the ONR trial, the Surveyor and Blue Sentry system operated continuously for 26 days and maintained uptime greater than 96%. Saildrone said its Surveyor, Explorer, and Voyager USVs can cost-effectively gather data for science, fisheries, weather forecasting, and more. The company said its autonomous vessels can deliver observations about activity above and below the ocean's surface. Saildrone and Thales Australia said they're ready to deploy these systems at scale, creating a network of autonomous, self-sustaining surveillance assets to enhance national security. So that's a nice update from Saildrone and Thales Australia. Let's move on to the next article. Waymo may use interior camera data to train generative AI models, but riders will be able to opt out. Waymo is preparing to use data from its robotaxis, including video from interior cameras tied to rider identities, to train generative AI models, according to an unreleased version of its privacy policy, which is raising fresh questions about how much of a rider's behavior inside autonomous vehicles could be repurposed for AI training. The draft language also revealed that Waymo may also share rider data to personalize ads. Now, this isn't new because Waymo already collects personal data to improve services and for advertising purposes per its existing privacy policy. What will change when this feature is released is that riders will have an opportunity to opt out of having their personal information sold, shared, or used for AI training. Ileana noted that Waymo uses personal data to train AI models for safety, make sure cars are clean, find lost items, provide help in case of emergency, check that in-car rules are being followed, and generally improve products and services. When asked whether Waymo will alert riders about the ability to opt out when the feature is live, or whether users will have to hunt through the app to find it themselves, Ileana said the company has not yet finalized its notification or deployment plans. So one thing about lots of different startups and companies is that they will either make the decision to go about letting you opt out of your data, or make the other decision of doing what they want to do and paying some type of fee later on down the road. And we've heard many times of companies using data for different purposes that they shouldn't have been using it for, and then they end up paying $1 million here, $1 million there. So we really don't know what to expect with this, but I do know that many people don't care too much about their privacy when it comes to different conversations they have and having their data sold. So Waymo just might have the amount of passengers that they would need to train the AI to a point where it's as beneficial and efficient as they need it to be. So we shall see what happens with this, but more and more people are going to be riding in robo-taxis in the future. So I do like that they are working on this now, giving people the opportunity to opt out, and I hope that they do that so that people at least have a decision in the matter. Amazon plays catch up with new Nova AI models to generate voices and video. Amazon showed off new AI technology this week, including its take on a more conversational voice model to better compete with things like Gemini Live and OpenAI's advanced voice mode, and an update to its model that can generate video. The new Novasonic voice model handles real-time speech processing for AI voice generation for conversational applications, Amazon said. Novasonic uses a unified model architecture that Amazon claims is better than other approaches that interconnect separate models to handle speech recognition, speech-to-text conversion, response generation, and then text-to-audio. Amazon says Novasonic can also better detect someone's tone and deliver more natural responses. Novasonic is available to try through Amazon's Bedrock developer platform, and the company says it can be used to make things like customer service bots or build AI agents for travel, education, healthcare, and a variety of other industries. In addition, Amazon also announced Nova Real 1.1, which the company stated provides quality and latency improvements over 1.0. It also can now keep consistent styles across multiple 6-second scenes cut together to create a full video of up to 2 minutes in length. Alright, so for everyone out there who has been playing around with voice models and video models, you now have these Amazon tools, Novasonic and Nova Real, to play around with that might be a better option for what you are trying to work on. Also, when it comes to Amazon, Google, and OpenAI, these companies are going to continue to compete with one another for different people and developers, so they're going to make this tech better, and I can only imagine what this tech is going to be 3 to 4 months from now. That's a wrap for the TYSK report. I hope you enjoyed the video. Continue to stay informed by liking the video, subscribing, checking out these 2 videos right here, and staying tuned for the next one.